In this video, this criminal gets absolutely schooled by some awesome detectives. Check it out. I hope you enjoy.
Where is she?
I don't know where she is.
Where is Savannah?
No. Where did you go with her? I know you're not that cruel inside. I'm begging you, Lee. Just tell us.
I don't know where she is.
This is Lee Rodarte, a man taken into custody for being suspected of kidnapping and killing his co-worker, Savannah Gold. With no
I'm gonna go with the wild hunch here. I think he's actually the killer. The video definitely did not do that. It was all my detective
ideas
work.
Of where Savannah could be. The cops knew getting this interrogation wrong could mean they might never catch the killer. What's even worse is that Lee had a foolproof story that was going to make sure Savannah was never to be found. Lee, however, is under the impression that he is smarter than the detectives. Little did he know, this would be a massive mistake for him.
Oh boy, we got a smartass, huh?
Savannah's family received text messages stating she was running away and quitting her job. The messages were riddled with errors, causing her family to panic and report her as missing immediately. Throughout the investigation,
wow, was this a straight A grammar student? If they look at my messages, I'm gonna be declared missing immediately, dude.
The police were grasping at straws until they were suddenly sent the CCTV footage from the Bonefish Grill where Savannah worked. The video shows her getting into a silver car in the parking lot before it began to shake violently, with the door being thrust open and pulled shut 3 times. The car then drove out of the parking lot and Savannah was never seen again. After a series of interviews, they discovered the car was identical to Lee Rodarte's, a manager at the grill and boyfriend to Savannah for around 2 months.
Why does he keep making the signs, bro? He part of gang?
Arrested on suspicion of murder and brought into the interrogation room. However, he was told by police it was for an unimportant traffic warrant. And that's when the following happened.
I'll say right here.
He started stripping.
Have a seat for me.
Imagine.
I'll be right back, okay?
Yes, sir.
Being told the detective will be right back obviously implies to Lee that he won't have to wait long to be seen. But it'd actually be 90 minutes before anyone enters the room again.
Whoa, that is... What the... I mean, it's okay to do to a scumbag like this, but come on, dude, 90 minutes? It's like my friend's like, you know, oh, we'll be there at 10 p.m., shows up at fucking noon or something.
Lee was interviewed about the disappearance of a girl he kidnapped, and now he's been handcuffed and taken into a police interrogation room. Lee will be feeling incredibly anxious now, but remember, he's confident.
Of course, he needs to pee, bro. It's been 90 minutes
to take him down. But unfortunately for him, the facade the detectives put up is all about to be ripped away.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Good.
Wait. Was there a purpose behind the 90-minute wait, or were they just trolling in? That would be funny if they're just trolling in there.
This is my partner, Detective Staley.
The detective that enters isn't the same one that brought him in. It's the one who interviewed him about Savannah 3 days prior. Any comfort he found in thinking this was all unrelated has now been completely taken away and replaced with pure panic. But Lee's plan remains the same, so he tries to keep himself composed as he prepares for the onslaught of questions he's about to be hit with.
So, Savannah, you said that you knew her and you guys had, you knew her from work. I mean, just kind of fill me in with that. How long have you known her?
Like I said, I've known her obviously since she started working there. I would say probably about 8 months ago, we started hanging out outside of work. And at the time, I had a girlfriend, but I kind of, we got connected, me and Savannah. So we hung out a little bit here and there.
Cheater! Wait, dude, I swear, like, literally 90% of the videos, every single murder has been a cheater. What is this correlation going on right now, dude?
Lee was given was how long have you known Savannah? A question that surely merits a fairly simple answer. When hit with a question
5
like
years.
this, people who have nothing to hide keep their responses short, taking the questions at face value. But people who feel pressured will usually extend their answers to questions in an effort to seem as though they know what they're talking about. Something Lee will fall victim to.
So we kind of connected, hung out for a little while. I'd probably say...
Played some Minecraft.
2-3 months.
Okay.
And then she started using drugs a lot. I did them with her a couple times. And then she started to get heavy into them. And
gotcha. Okay.
So I kind of just tried to take a step back. A month or so ago, I saw Savannah at work, and she looked healthy again. You know, she gained a little bit of weight. We kind of were talking, you know, here and there. We hung out a couple times. She came over to the house, and you know, we just kicked back, drink a couple beers, watch movies, stuff like
chilling
that.
and grilling.
Lee spoke for over 5 minutes in response
Bro gave
to a
his
single
entire
simple question,
life story,
going
dude.
so far as to detail specific encounters between the pair. Now that the detectives have even more reason to suspect that he may be hiding something, they decide to call him out on something small to gauge
Yeah,
his
I mean, if you are guilty, you probably want to talk the least amount possible, because every single word coming out of your mouth is going to incriminate you, and that's exactly what's
reaction.
happening here.
In the first interview, Lee had told investigators he hadn't seen Savannah in a while. But if the CCTV footage is to be believed, this is a bold-faced lie.
Now that is some clear footage right there,
But if
4K
the CCTV
footage right
footage is to be
here.
believed, this
Gotta
is a
love
bold-faced
security
lie.
cameras.
And then as we hung out, you know, after a couple times, she brought drugs over. I told her, I was like, you know, you're doing really good. You can't, you know,
Relapse.
you shouldn't be doing it again. I think we moved too fast.
Mhm.
Split
Yeah, just
mutual
be
ways.
mutual. Right. Yeah.
And that was the last time that we text.
Okay.
When was that?
Yeah.
When was that?
It was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
sometime in July.
Right. Right. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things you said was that was the last time that you had contact with her.
Yes.
As far as I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I mean you correct me.
That was
at
the
any
last
Oh,
time
yeah,
that I
you
texted her.
definitely
text
don't
or
hear
a
detective.
phone call or messenger.
Yeah,
or
gotta be
anything like that,
courteous.
2 to 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. And then the last time, when was the last time you saw her?
This is what I was a bit.
Okay,
I
what
didn't
what normal person responds like that? When's the last time you saw her? That's like, I'd arrest him on the spot, bro. What the fuck?
When we talked at Bumpfish.
Okay.
Last time I saw her was Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
Deepest
I heard
breath of his life.
That she has been basically telling a lot of people at work that we hooked up a bunch, like
Didn't
a
you?
couple days before that. So I met her in the parking lot at Bonefish
To smooth her out, huh?
Wednesday afternoon.
Okay. Well, do you know what time or about?
It was about 5:30.
Okay.
Without realizing it, Lee has already provided us with enough evidence to
Oh,
assume he's
no.
guilty.
You
We
said you
know
didn't.
He knew Savannah. He had the same vehicle seen in the footage, and he was present at the scene of the crime when it happened.
Oh, no.
Remember, Lee has no idea the cops have footage of the event.
Yeah, okay. The footage is just absolutely destroying him over here. And he got caught in a lie there. He said the last time I guess, interacted with her was 2 to 3 weeks ago. Or was that only texting? But yeah, now that you've said you're at the scene, good luck.
Unfortunately, though, this isn't quite enough evidence for the cops to get a guaranteed conviction. Instead, they need to push further to try and extract a full confession.
Right.
Something that will not come easy at all.
I parked and I said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And she said, yeah, what's up? And I was like, I heard you've been saying some things about me and you continuing to hang out, and you know that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And she asked me, she said, can I come sit in the car because I just did some heroin.
Oh,
and
boy.
I'm a little paranoid.
It was never confirmed that Savannah did do heroin. Nobody in her life mentioned seeing or suspecting she used it.
Oh.
And even if she did, she was headed to a shift at her job as this conversation was taking place.
Maybe he's cooking up the drug thing.
So she came and sat in the car, and I explained to her the situation. I told her that servers at Bonefish were coming to me and telling me that you're telling people when you're out that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, I need you to stop, because for one, it's jeopardizing my job. We agreed to...
Well, now you can question the servers at Bonefish as well to corroborate that part.
Stop talking mutually and just move on. But it was nothing more than that. And she said, I'm going to do what I want. I didn't tell anybody anything. At that point, I got out and I punctured the hole in the tire. And I said,
Oh,
no,
right.
stop. And I said, don't do it again.
Threatening.
Or next time it's going to be worse. It's going to be your windows. At that
Oh.
point, she
Oh, boy.
had her phone in her hand. She got out of the car and walked towards the main entrance from San Jose.
Obviously, this entire explanation was crafted to try and create an alibi as
yeah,
close as
he's being smart here. He's not like, you know, trying to say that, hey, I have no fault at all. I didn't do anything wrong at all. He's admitting to threatening her and, you know, doing all these things, but that's probably to avoid the murder charge.
happened. But the few small inaccuracies are actually glaring windows
Well,
directly into the
actually,
truth. We know that Savannah never left the vehicle in the parking lot, and that she drove away with him just minutes after getting in. Lee is unwittingly constructing a mountain of evidence against him in the form of lies that he thinks he's getting away with. And he's not finished yet.
And it looked like she was either texting or calling somebody.
Okay.
Because as she started walking towards there's an entrance to the
Walking?
plaza. She was walking.
She was
maybe
never walking.
towards this way, and I would say an older model Ford pickup, green.
Okay.
Drove past me and around, and she got in.
Okay.
She
How long
got
do
in.
you think it was between the time that she got out and started using her phone till that green truck pulled up?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. So wow. So if she called somebody, they got there in 5 minutes to pick her up.
That was a
Well,
quick
like I said,
pickup.
it looked like she was going to call somebody, and
You
that's
got
when the
somebody
green
on
truck
speed dial.
came around, and she got in.
So she gets in the truck. What happened at that point?
They drove back around, kind of looped around a little bit.
Which way did they drive?
So I guess they exited that
Bro,
way. And at that point,
bro is just demonstrating every single aspect of everything. Nobody's asking him, like, this part, the detective actually asked him something, but for like 10 minutes he's been talking without a single question, bro. This is not how you do it. You only talk, okay, not that I would know, not that I'm an international criminal or anything wanted in 65 states, but you know, just answer the questions to the point so that they'll have to ask a million questions to extract anything out of you, dude. This is just poor getaway strats.
Lee doubles down on the lie, again, thinking that this puts him completely in the clear, as he wouldn't have been the last person to see Savannah, but his decisions continue to work against him. Had he decided to stick closer to the truth, he might have been able to argue that he took Savannah somewhere else and then parted ways with her. But without the knowledge of what police have against him, Lee is left simply guessing and
Green
forced to
truck
make
is
up
just
stories
wild.
on
There
the
was
fly.
nothing like that
This
in the
is why
footage.
it's so important to call a lawyer, innocent or not. In an interrogation, detectives are allowed to both lie and withhold evidence from you, putting you in a
Damn.
very difficult situation where you're at the mercy of their tactics. and
Detectives
game.
are playing on creative mode, alright? They can do absolutely anything as long as they get that juicy confession. They can be like, you know, I'm gonna shoot up your entire family unless you confess to the crime. Easy peasy, that's what I'd do if I was a detective. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. But hey, close enough,
However, the second you bring an attorney into the mix, things get exponentially easier, as police are forced to turn over all of the evidence in their possession so they can put together a fair and sound defense for you.
That makes it
Calling
so
a
much
lawyer
easier.
Isn't just having a wingman at the interrogation room. It's an unlocked door that bypasses almost all of the police's tricks. It goes from
Damn,
them
lawyers are broken, bro. Absolutely busted broken. Some of them are utter scumbags, but you know, is what it is, part of the
to a
job.
legal battle. But needless to say, Lee hasn't called the lawyer and has been
Yeah.
left at a disadvantage from the beginning.
Anyone who,
If Lee
you know,
was as smart
thinks
as he
they're
thinks he
smart
is,
always ends
he
up
wouldn't have
incriminating
waived this
themselves.
right, and likely would be in a much better position.
What happened to your neck?
that was self-inflicted, actually.
Why?
I just have been having kind of a hard time. I couldn't. Yeah, I did. And
What did you use?
a knife.
When you
Not quite sure.
Time in July.
You did that in July and it's still
Yeah.
bloody?
Well, it's
I have a slow rate of healing.
kind of peel the scab here and there at work, hitting it on stuff like that. I peeled it last night working, and it was coming off a little bit today, so I peeled that a little bit.
Right.
But this was the same night. This one was just a lot worse
Yeah.
than this one was.
Again, just elaborating for no reason, bro. They didn't ask you if it was the same night.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't take a genius to realize how brazen of a lie this is.
Well, so this was probably inflicted by the girl that he was trying to kill, right?
Aside from his incredibly unconvincing delivery of his excuses, Lee has no history with self-harm and was reported to have been in good spirits in the weeks leading up to this event.
Ooh.
Furthermore, Lee becomes visibly anxious here. Most people have a tell that shows when they're lying or feeling uncomfortable. For many, this is crossing their arms or slouching
Stop
in
with
their
that
chair,
shit. Okay. Stop with the body language shit. Okay. Now all people are the same. I guess there's tendencies, but come on. Like, according to this narrator, I would be like the murderer of 60 people right now. Like a murderer of 60 people.
Earlier in the interview, while being caught in his first lie, he bounced his leg repeatedly the entire time.
That's just me in
He
math
moves his hand and
class.
fingers unnaturally every time he tells a lie. In fact, it's almost comical how perfectly it lines up with the false statements.
Damn.
I met her in the
I
parking
will say people have some unconscious tells for sure. Okay, a lot of psychology hacks. You know, in school I actually had a 80% win rate in rock paper scissors. Seems absolutely impossible, but people are surprisingly easy to read. Right now, rock paper scissors, boom! I got you, 100%. I got you. All right. Let me know if I actually got you. That'd be hilarious.
Wednesday
I
afternoon.
trust I got 80% of you.
Self-inflicted, actually.
What did you use?
A knife.
It's also interesting to note that the detectives almost certainly noticed these marks just seconds into the interview. The decision to mention it now was a conscious one, done to try and build pressure.
Provoke
Lee
him.
would likely have anxiety regarding his last big lie about Savannah exiting his vehicle. Catching him so suddenly in a second lie right after will likely amplify these feelings and cause him to feel even more paranoia as the
We wouldn't
detectives
want that.
continue. This is also likely why they immediately flip back to talking about the truck right after.
Could you see who the person in the truck was?
The truck had fairly tinted windows. I saw a baseball cap.
Yeah. You see a guy, girl, white, black?
I couldn't really tell.
I think
if
he's
it
just
was
made
a
that
guy
up.
or a girl.
Okay.
I just remember seeing the truck drive and her get in.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm sitting
Dude,
in front. and the
why
truck
are these
drives
people
right
so
past me.
detailed, man? If you asked me, like, all to remember details of a situation that was actually in, I would remember nothing. I don't know people's clothes, their colors. I could not tell you if they had glasses or not. I couldn't tell you how they speak. Nothing. So I don't know how these people have, like, photographic memory over here, just recalling every detail.
Lee, why didn't you mention this before since we've been looking for this girl? I mean, don't you think that information
I mean,
is
it definitely,
important?
it definitely does. And I regret obviously not saying anything before.
So when I come up and talk to you yesterday, I'm not threatening. I'm talking to everybody up there. What? Why?
Well, I just, I freaked out, to be honest with you. I mean,
This girl's
Obvi-
missing?
yes.
Dude,
Okay.
just by
But
his,
you know
like,
she's been missing.
breathing mannerisms, you can
obviously,
tell
I
he's
was
guilty.
the last one to see her.
He
I was a
is
little bit
unable to
scared
stay
at that.
chill.
The detective knows he's starting to catch Lee on the back foot, so decides to keep the pressure up.
So where's Savannah right now?
I don't know.
Where would I find her?
I don't know.
That's my prime objective is to find her.
Wait, is this a
And
kidnapping
here's
or a
couple reasons
murder?
I need to find her. One is I'm hoping that she's still alive.
Oh, yeah,
that's
it could be just a
I really do-
kidnapping.
I'm holding out for that. And if she's not alive, then I think she and her family are due that knowledge. I think they
are
need
quite due.
some closure. So where is she?
I don't know where she is.
Where is Savannah?
I don't know.
Where
I
is
know
she?
where Savannah
This
is.
reminds me of
I don't know.
the Batman scene, you know, just beating up Joker.
She is.
You don't know because you had something done with her and you weren't involved in that part? I don't know. Tell me something. What can I work with?
I told you the last time I saw her.
But that's not true because we have proof. We have proof. And that's why we're sitting here, Lee. At this point, we need this for her. I mean, I look at that little girl and I think of my little girl. My little girl who's her age.
The emotional manipulation, let's go.
And you're not telling the truth.
Maybe something gets out of hand in the car.
I like
Do
this.
anything.
Okay,
Manipulation.
But she was in your car. She never got out of your car. She never
got-
got out of your car. Lee?
This is where the true
Oh.
genius of these detectives start to shine. The initially quiet female detective suddenly starts to speak up. The male detective had a very deadpan, professional demeanor throughout the interrogation, so having that suddenly contrasted by a vulnerable, emotional-looking person being thrust in front of him will likely come as even more of a shock to him.
That's pretty smart. I like this dichotomy. We got the one, like, emotional person and then one the logical person. I'm sure they're both logical. This is just an act to get him to confess, but I like this. I like this.
She never gets out of that car. And you drive off. She never gets out of that car. There is no green truck. And that's not right to her. We're fact finders, Lee. I don't have anything personal against you.
No, not at all. I mean, it's
We're
over.
just fact finders.
Tell us
We're
what
just
happened.
doing
Where
our
is she?
job.
Oh, you gotta take a sip now, buddy.
No.
Take a
no.
big
Where
gulp.
did you go with her? Where did you go with her, Lee? Be human. You're a human. You're a man. Where did you go with her? I know you're not that cruel inside.
Maybe you don't know where she is now.
The pressure going on.
Please. I'm begging you, Lee. I know you're not an evil person.
That's a lie.
I don't see that in your history. I don't hear those things about you at work.
You know what? You know what, Lee? We'll get you 2 days in jail, and you'll be free after this. You know?
No.
Just tell me.
Is she still in your car?
Genius. I love this.
Well, then where is she? What was going on in the back seat? For the doors to be kicked open. She kicked
Whoa.
it 3 times, Lee. She kicked it.
She's
We
bringing the
You know
facts.
I'm not making it up because I wouldn't know this because I wasn't there unless we had video of it, correct? Yes, correct. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just a fact finder.
I mean, she was upset. She tried to slap me. I slapped her. She went to get out. I grabbed her around her waist and said,
Here it
"Where are you going?
comes.
Why are you hitting me?" She calmed down and we left.
Why would she leave with you after that? Why would she?
I mean, we've gotten arguments plenty of times where she says she doesn't care what happens or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people do wrong things.
Good people
Right?
do wrong
People make
things.
mistakes. It's
Mhm.
what you do afterwards. I got a family that needs closure.
I will love
They're
this.
now
This is
coming
so
to the
good.
reality that she's no longer with us. You want people to remember you as a guy who said, "Okay, look, I'm gonna do the right thing." Or do you want
What a
your
load of
family
particles!
to think that you're some evil, heartless person who won't tell us where she is? I don't think you're that kind of guy.
Oh, now
She
the
was
brains are
hitting me.
ticking.
She wouldn't stop and I'd squeeze back.
Oh, she's definitely dead. Oh, she's definitely dead. He went to dispose the body, right?
She just wouldn't let go.
Oh no, he's crying.
Where is she now?
All I want to do
Where is she?
is pond.
Oh no.
Flip the clay.
In a pond? Yeah,
Just a
she's
few
dead.
days later, a dive team recovered the remains of Savannah Gold, burned
dead.
and almost unrecognizable. So
Burned.
much so that her cause of death couldn't even be determined.
Oh my
Lee
god.
Rodarte pleaded guilty to the second-degree murder of Savannah and in March of 2021 was sentenced to 40 years behind bars.
Wait. Did they not bother to find out, like, what was the cause of death? Like, interrogate him further? I mean, they know he's the killer, but probably, I don't know, ask him, did you choke her out? Did you burn her? Like, how did you kill her? Huge props to the detectives. That was cool. That was hella cool. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. Click this video. Bye-bye.